Okay, I've always said, just relax. I've always said, in respect to limb salvage ulcerations, the hard part is, the easy part is closing it, the hard part is keeping it closed, keeping what closed, the ulcer. This is the patient. Some people, subscribers, may recognize the foot. Brief history, this is the gentleman that presented with a huge defect, about yay big. We did a TheraSkin living graft, human graft. That was a TheraSkin. We did multiple, I think it was 2 PRP injections way back when, like a year ago that's when we started. Almost, right? And then we did another graft. It was an allograft, and then the defect closed. And there's a very high percent of these patients that when we close them, the defects open up. It's very, very high. I would say anywhere between 70 and 80% of the patients that their defects close, it reopens. He just asked me, what are your thoughts? Why did this open up again? Or why did it just open? Until proven otherwise, pressure. Whether it's the shoe, whether it's this, whether it's an injury, the patient is totally, completely neuropathic. He's diabetic. And, I told him, I said, listen, we know the recipe, we know what works. Let's take a look. So, I guess they took the liberty to put a little bit of some iodine. But what we're gonna go ahead and do, you see? So this is all dry skin, a lot of dry skin. That's what watch this. Come around here, right? Okay, Patty, come around this side. Just debriding all of this. I commend the patient for coming in today, because this could have turned give me 1 second, I'll finish my train of thought. 1 second. A scenario as such would have turned the color of your scrubs black. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for coming in. I don't know how long it's been like this now for, a couple of weeks, not even weeks, days?
No, it's probably a couple of weeks.
Couple of weeks?
Issue, so that's why we can
He had some other issues. Okay, so, bless you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Another unfortunate scenario. They've had this now for a couple of weeks. They couldn't come in because the patient had other issues. Probably more, not to say more important. The heart, okay, that's important. It's only the heart. So obviously that takes precedence, over this. But the good news, no signs of infection, okay? This is all just macerated tissue. Macerated means moist, it's white. It's been draining a little bit, but this is actually right here. And what I'll do now is you see how I can just remove all this yellow fibrin tissue? That's exactly what we want to see. Give it a good old scratch like this. Wake up those sleepy cells, right? We want blood. Yes, this is what we want to see, blood, right? Lots of it. Blood equals healing. That's what we want to see. His original defect was from here, all the way down here, and around here. So, we're looking at about 2 centimeters by, and I'll show the patient's significant other, and go ahead and get some measurements, and then we'll decide what we want to do as a unit. As a unit, we will decide what we want to do next. But again, I was just also telling them that even something small, we cannot take it, we have to take this really seriously. We have to go back to basics. And again, it doesn't matter if it's this big or this big, we have to follow the recipe, which we already know. We know what works. As an organism, as a protoplasm, we know what works for him. He's had previous surgeries. Obviously, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, no 5. So he had, correct me if I'm wrong, you had an entire lateral column ray resection, right? All of this as a result of the diabetes. Not worried. I've always said if I'm worried, everyone should be really worried. I'm not worried. Not even concerned. As always, www.jawspodiatry.com, Instagram, Dr. ToeJam, Jaws Podiatry, Facebook, and last but not least, our YouTube channel, Jaws Healthcare. Do you have any questions that maybe some of the subscribers may benefit from? Any questions? Anything? Anyone?
No.
No? Okay. Have a wonderful day, everyone.